Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
So, no, we've had a great show, Lou. You've been sharing with us new laws. I love that's why you're always one of our first annual review, giving us what new laws are effective. The main one, of course, is minimum wage increasing and the Fair Days Pay Act.
So speaking of annual review, though, so if you racked up too much debt, call Lou for an annual review.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Well, think about
it. We can go over everything for you.
Think about that. Everybody wants, the best thing about New Year's is the clean slate. From what everybody feels, I get to start over, even though you can start over any day of the year. But it's the New Year's resolution time. Plus, it's right after you racked up probably more debt than you wanted to. Stress is there. It's amazing how much stress you can relieve just by either having a strategy or giving them a plan of action can change their lives and maybe save their marriage.
Right.
Because I know you do mediation too.
I do.
And you could be mediating a divorce or mediating debt. I think mediating debt would probably be better for them, possibly.
That's right. But I do the divorce mediations because it's all financial.
Right.
It's all most of it's financial.
That's why we like our job. Numbers don't lie. I can do numbers all day long. They're like, you don't. Yeah, I'm like, here's what your payment is going to be. I don't like that payment. Then you're going to have to put more down. I don't have more down. So we're buying smaller house. It's that easy. I mean, it's really.
But the smaller house doesn't exist. Well, you need to move out of that city.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just you just keep moving the needle,
or maybe not have that extra child.
Yeah. It's it's one of those things.
They say
right?
that about Gino all the time.
Having kids is such a funny thing, right? Because it's like the frog in boiling water, right? They're really not that expensive when they're little. It's just as they get older and as you have 2 or 3 little ones that didn't cost that much, and all of a sudden they start getting older. You're like, what's going to happen when they all hit the same thing?
I'm not going to run my numbers for you.
Well, we talked about that with Scott and Chris, Scott Zimmerman and Chris Ingram, our financial planner, insurance planner, and stuff. They should actually all talk to you guys. Because about college we're talking about, where the kids feel enabled that they just automatically can go to an Ivy League school. And Robert Schwartz, he does the same thing. He's our college planner. He goes, they can get a great education without tapping all your savings. There's a lot of options out there.
There are hundreds, there are thousands of colleges and universities around the country that are clamoring to give your kid money.
Especially from California.
Yep. Look, we started the lacrosse program in the Santa Cruz Valley to give kids an opportunity to get scholarships from colleges and universities on the East Coast, and it's happening. We have lacrosse, I think, at Hart, Valencia, and West Ranch. West Ranch is where it started. And these kids are getting scholarships. They're getting into schools because lacrosse.
Nicely done, Lou.
Yeah, it's like I'm really psyched about what we
because
do.
I know you're really a big part of that.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, right, where it's the extracurricular activities are so important, after talking to Rob so many times, to getting into these schools, to getting money to go to school.
But parents have to realize that they have to let Johnny or Sally leave California.
Right.
Okay? They have to allow these kids to leave the borders of California.
Yeah, one of my nieces is paying 63 cents to go to Iowa. 63 cents, that's it. Full-blown ride to Iowa.
If my kid wants to go to college, I'll pay for it if it's 63 cents.
He had a $7,000 a year academic scholarship to attend my alma mater, University of New York at Albany. They were clamoring for him when he got into the business school.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So, the money's there.
Right.
And let's talk about, we talked about what's going on in the community. Let's talk about Rotary if you could.
Yeah. Because I wanted to, we definitely need to give that the time it deserves and stuff, because you're heavily involved in it.
Right.
Because I know every time we're like, hey, Lou, can you come up? Nah, we got a Rotary. I'm a president this year. I got a lot of responsibilities.
I do. And, so being the business guy that I am, we've tried to create a branding for the Rotary Club of Santa Cruz Valley. Our brand is "It's Time for Rotary," and what we did with you guys being a part of it, we acquired and then we dedicated to the city of Santa Cruz the Old Downtown Newhall Rotary Clock.
Yes,
and they talk about the Lemley Theater, and they talk about this, and they talk about this, and they talk about that. Well, here's my shout out to the city council. Start talking about the Rotary Clock that sits in the middle of downtown Newhall. That clock was an expensive clock.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It is a
fits the theme.
State-of-the-art city clock. It is made of cast aluminum. It is digital. It's digital in its nature. In fact, the week after it was installed, there was a lightning strike on a power pole that blew out the electricity in downtown Newhall.
Very Back to the Future.
Right. The clock. I know the clock. Right. The clock went to sleep, and when the power came back on, the clock woke up. Its GPS tied back into the atomic clock in Colorado, and reset itself to 1/100th of a second.
Perfect.
This clock is the bee's knees. You
Yeah.
know?
It's cool.
It's backlit by LED, and you can see that clock lit up at night. It is the Rotary Club of Santa Cruz Valley's dedication to the redevelopment of downtown Newhall. It's time for Rotary. People should say, let's meet under the Rotary clock, because the Rotary Club of Santa Cruz Valley is all about business and the people of Santa Cruz. We do so much in this town. We gave $10,000 to Andrew Skinner and the Triumph Foundation. They had that fire in their storage facility. $10,000 helped replace almost everything they lost. May 8th is going to be the run through Santa Clarita that we're going to be working with Andrew on, that world run. Are you guys familiar with that?
No.
Yeah. There's a world run, and it's taking place in Santa Clarita, Ontario, and I think in South Florida, and all over the world at the same time. And it's this run to raise awareness for spinal cord injury victims, and we're going to be involved in that. We did a remake of the Bridge to Home, the homeless shelter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
People don't realize it. We put in new floors. We did new leaders and gutters. You know, we were in there, and so that when that homeless shelter reopened, it was nice and fixed up and all ready to go. We gave out 200 turkeys Thanksgiving to the food pantry. We are the best kept secret in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, how can more
But
get
we've been
involved?
around for 60 years.
I mean, that's amazing that you've been around for so long, and I know you and Steve Korn and so many great leaders in our city are involved. How can more get involved?
We meet every Wednesday at noon at Marie Callender's, but not this Wednesday. We'll be we're there where we meet at 12:10 every Wednesday at Marie Callender's, and the community is invited. Business people are invited.
I'm sure it would feel much better if one of them was your personal guest rather than just walking in. So how could they get a hold of you, Lou?
Get a hold of me at my website, esbinlaw.com. Call me 661-254-5050, or just show up.
That's
It's
just
okay.
totally
Just show
acceptable.
up. I'm here as a guest of Steve Korn. I'm here as a guest of Lou Esbin.
Or I heard it on the Don and Gino
I heard it
show.
on the Don and Gino show. Larry Parsons of Color Me Mine over in Town Center just joined. Rob Stern of Stern, Corey, Shreen, and Morgan just joined our club. We're out there. We're doing things. We're part of District 5280, which is the Greater Los Angeles District, which is phenomenal. We do so many things throughout the Greater Los Angeles, and we do things internationally. But for Rotary, polio would be running rampant in the world.
Right.
But as a result of Polio Plus and matching funds from the Bill and Linda Gates Foundation, Nigeria has been polio-free for 1 year. 2 more years of being polio-free. All of Africa will be polio-free.
Wow.
Meaning the only area in the world to have wild polio is the Taliban-controlled area of Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Wow.
But otherwise, and now they're worried that polio may be coming back with all of the immigrations around the world. So Rotary continues to be actively involved in beating polio, and now we're moving on to clean water and resources.
I usually utilize polio as a great example for immunizations, right?
Yeah.
And when people are anti-immunization, I always say, you know that kid down the street with polio? And they go, no. I go, exactly.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to have to shut you guys up.
Oh, we could talk for days.
No,
Don.
that's what I'm saying.
Just 2 more things. In May, we're going to be having a Pro-Am Skeet shoot at the Oak Tree Gun Club.
Nice.
And in June, we're going to be having a 5K run walk for veterans at a place to be determined. But we are out there. We are part of a larger international organization, but we are here to help Santa Cruz.
Nice. And we love you helping Santa Cruz in so many different ways. Thanks for being such a great guest as always and a good friend of ours, Lou. Reach out to Lou Esbin at Esbin Law. Make sure you tune in to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Check us out on our website at donandgino.com. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next week.